What is up, everybody? And, welcome in to episode 8 of the weekly walkthrough. Tonight, we are joined by Carthage head football coach, like he joins us every week. Coach Haas, how you doing tonight?
Excellent, Dunks. How are you guys?
Living life. Jake, how we doing, buddy? You're back.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Sorry, just let me put my plaque here real quick. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
My
Perfect.
plaque
Love
here.
it.
Thank you.
Love it. And Dave, man, I know you've been working on that paper all day. Probably feels nice to get a break, hop on the podcast, and talk some Carthage football with the boys. How we feeling?
Oh yeah, it sure does. Pleasure to be here.
Tom, Zach, how you doing, man?
Feeling good, doing good. Ready for some football talk.
Oh yeah.
That's
David, is that
awesome,
your
man.
thesis? David, is that your thesis you're writing?
Yep, I have my first draft due tomorrow, so I'm just grinding out the finishing touches on that.
What are you
What's
doing
in
your thesis on?
Cryptocurrency, the sustainability and investment potential.
How do we feel about it? Is it sustainable?
I think that it's definitely worth pursuing, but I think that more regulations need to be put in place to kind of offer more security for users and kind of.
How many Bitcoins do you own?
Zero.
Zero. I have 100.
You wouldn't be on here if you had 100.
Why not?
They're worth
I can't invest in Bitcoin 12 years ago.
Dude, maybe you
Yeah,
do.
I
You're
guess.
right.
You
Might
got
be
Dogecoin, don't you,
on your own
Dave?
island.
Jake, are you?
Maybe I do own my own island. I'm just waiting until Bitcoin goes to 100,000 so I can afford the jet to go there.
Yeah.
Interesting. I did
I'm
not think this is going to start off talking about Bitcoin, but awesome. Dave.
So Dave, what cryptocurrency do you own?
I am not currently invested in any.
You don't have any of the Dogecoin?
I just am a finance major that was curious about cryptocurrency and investment potential in that.
Well, I'm invested in the crypto.
What do you got? What do you got, Mueller?
I got some Bitcoin partials of it. I got some Shiba. That's the new one. Stella. I'm looking at my portfolio right now. I can't give out the information, but I got a few pieces in there. So
do you use the Celsius wallet?
No. I use Coinbase. I use Coinbase. Yeah, that's what I use because I heard Robinhood. That was some whack stuff before it all happened. I'm not on the Doge thing. I'm all about Shiba, man. Shout out to Shiba.
All right, Dunks. I'm sorry I sidetracked you.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. The goal of these Coach Haas is to have a conversation about football and other things. Like last week, we sidetracked into Buffalo Wild Wings chicken wings. But tough one on Saturday. Coach Haas, didn't go the way we wanted to. I thought we did some good things. We did some bad things. Got to learn from it, got to flush it, and got to move on to the next week. But what was some positives and negatives that you took from the game on Saturday against Wheaton after breaking down all the film?
Well, Dunks, there's about 69 negatives. All right.
Yeah.
About 20 positives.
Okay.
I thought our football team played hard and thought they played with passion. One thing that was good to see is we didn't get caught up in all the after the whistle stuff like the other team did, which was good to see. They played a clean game. We're just not quite there yet in terms of being able to compete with a top 5 team in the country. That's kind of where we're at. We're a good football team. That's probably not a top 5 football team in the country, and that showed on Saturday.
Dang,
Coach Haas,
I didn't know top
professional podcaster, influencer, like we talked about on Saturday on the ride home. But Jake, why don't you get these boys started off with some questions here, since you're the question extraordinaire, is how you say it. I think
I'll go back to Coach Haas because I'm very interested in it. So it's like, what does this loss do for your guys' like playoff standings, and now it's like for that kind of the standings later on?
Yeah, I mean we're not going to make the playoffs. The way the D3 playoffs are set up, you either have to win your league or be pretty close to undefeated to get in. And we won't be either of those. So we won't make the playoffs. But like I told the guys today, in terms of the football program and the history as a whole, the last time that this football program won 6 CCIW games was 2004. Before that, I think it was like 1973. So we still have the ability to do some things that not a lot of football teams here have.
No, that's a cool answer. Yeah, no, for sure. It's always about progressing into the next season and seeing what you can make out of what you got right now. No, that's a good answer. I was just curious about that. That's kind of incredible that you guys are in such a hard conference too. Obviously, you guys have some pretty high-ranking games you guys already played this year against Whitewater, North Park, I believe it's called, whatever, North Central,
North
whatever.
Central.
North Central, and then you got Wheaton, so that's pretty crazy. Dave, coming towards you, what kind of workouts do you do for that cannon of a leg? Because we were talking about that earlier. What do you do? Like what squats? What are we talking about? Because that thing is that's unnatural. That's something special.
Yeah, I think in past years I did traditionally just what everyone else was doing. Just the same, weights. I do this just the same workout that everyone else did. This year I've been doing a little bit more with just like flexibility and just like
Plyometrics.
just kind of like loosening up my hips and the hamstrings and stuff. I'm honestly not very strong in my legs, but I think just the length and maybe that I don't know.
You're just saying you're better than everybody. You're just gifted. You're just gifted.
Yeah,
just saying.
I was gifted a strong leg. Yeah.
I love it. You're taking the TB12 approach, get your plyometrics, make sure your nutrition's right. Coach Austin knows what that's all about. Definitely for sure. So obviously you're a senior and you're writing your thesis paper. So what's the plans after school?
Well, with the new credit adjustment to 130, I'm hopefully gonna but finish up after J term. Wow. So then I'm just gonna focus on hopefully getting an internship for next spring or get a part-time job and just study for my CFA. So either or, hopefully just get a full-time job by next summer.
So for people that don't know, such as myself, what is a CFA?
It's a certified financial advisor. It's kind of just a certification that finance degrees can get in order to go to the next level. It's like 3 different tests that you have to pass.
Oh, kind of like the bar exam for lawyers. You have the CFA. There you go. All right.
And accountants have the CPA, so they have the CPA is a lot harder, but they have their own set of certification.
Yeah, no, that's the one I'm more familiar with, the CPA. Jake, how about you, my man? What are you senior or junior?
Junior. I'm in my junior year. Yeah.
Okay, junior year. Very cool. So yeah. What are you studying? What is your major?
Management and a minor in communication. I'll graduate a semester early, and then thinking about going into some kind of master's program or something. Hopefully, I can roll right into that afterwards. But hopefully I'll be able to take my 5th year. That's what it's looking like. So
cool stuff. Yeah. Well, I see Coach Haas fist pumping. Does that mean eligibility for football, or what we got going on there?
Yeah. I don't know if you've heard of this disease called COVID-19, Jake, but it created a global pandemic, if you will, which halted last year's football season and granted everybody another year of eligibility.
Oh, so I have another year of eligibility. So I have 2 years.
You have another year left. You could come back, lock down that starting QB role, and take us to the promised land.
Coach Oz, don't give my diss. Don't give my diss.
Here's the deal. I mean, I brought it up pre-show, all right? And the thing that we're going to question for Jake, as a quarterback is his competitiveness. All right.
Oh my God.
And here's why we had Caleb Haas on Sunday dunks was benched multiple times for scoring too much. Okay. I don't know if we can have a quarterback that lives in that kind of world.
Jake, David, your guys' coach here is in denial that I will put the team on my back and we'll go to the promised land. I have to do what's best for the team. I'm a great leader. That's what's up. What's this question, Dunkel? What's this question?
So we have a comment from Steve Marketch, Clayton Marketch's pops, who we had on the podcast. He actually came up, said hi to me after the game on Saturday. His comment is, we have 3 really good chances to improve our win column coming up. We're a young team, and I look forward to the next 2 years, Coach Haas. Keep pumping the boys up. Gotta love those comments, right, Coach Haas?
Yeah, it's always good to know that the people are on the team, are on the team for the right reasons, and have your back. So it's always good to hear that kind of stuff.
Hey, Coach Haas, all I know is that we all here at Dunkel Productions got your back 110%. All right.
I appreciate it, Dunks. How about Saturday night? When the Hoosiers were playing Ohio State, did you have my back then?
Yeah, I did. I felt bad for you and Coach
You were
Moon.
you were
You
against me.
guys.
You were against me that night, Dunks.
Yeah, and I won a milkshake and Taco Bell off of that, so pretty hyped about that. But Jake, Tom, Zach, what are the differences from playing safety in high school to playing safety in college? Like,
Good
does the
question.
game speed change different, or what are some kind of things you look for? Is it scheme differential? Like, what is the big thing that you noticed going from high school to that college ball level, Jake?
Yeah, no, it's different all around with everything you mentioned, schematics wise and speed as well. It's kind of funny. Like I remember coming back to my high school games my freshman year here, and I just kind of realized how much slower the game was in high school. Everything the collegiate level was so much faster, and obviously your mental game is brought up to speed too. So everything is elevated.
Jake, love that answer. Dave, question for you, man. So obviously, like, you're not on the field a whole heck of a lot throughout the game. So how do you keep yourself loose physically and also keep yourself locked into the game mentally throughout the game? Like when you're getting ready to kick field goals or go out and bomb a 68-yard punt, like we talked about before the show.
I think, well, especially in this part of the season when it gets cold out, it's better just to keep like moving around. I take a couple of yards back behind like the white line on the sideline. I kind of just watch behind people while over by the kicking net, and I kind of just observe when offense might be getting in the position where I might have to go out for either a punt, field goal, or I just kind of will view how the game's going and then see if I'm loose enough to go in for whatever they need me for.
Cool stuff. So, Jake, I'm going to come back to what you said. So, you just said like the speed of the game that changed tremendously, which makes sense. You got bigger, faster, stronger human beings coming after you. What do you think makes a great defensive back in football? So, what makes like a great one from a subpar one?
That's a good question. In terms of defensive back specifically, technique is a big thing. You look at a lot of guys we have on the field, they're not the biggest guys, might not be the strongest, but what we take pride in is our technique and being a great technician in what we do, and you can win with that. So little things from, stepping with the right foot or keeping your hands up, punching with the right arm, all that kind of stuff. Eye discipline is another big thing. So when it comes down to it, speed and size, that has a role in football, yeah, but technique is ultimately, what's going to win the game, and small things like that and discipline as well is kind of what sets apart the subpar ones from the great ones.
Do you consider yourself a great one, Jake? You can be honest with me. You can be honest with me.
Getting there.
There we go. That's a good answer. I like that. So what type of drills or like practices or like drills are you going to do in the off season to become one of those great ones then? Because defensive back, I feel like, that's not as talked about as much, it's the quarterback, the wide receivers, the running backs, it's that. But like for you, what are you going to do in the off season to make yourself one of those great ones?
All right. Well, what I love about practice and Coach Sinclair, every drill we have, everything we do can be directly brought over into game day. Everything you see in the game. I can't tell you how many times where you mess up on the field and coaches come over and said, "Hey, that's this drill. It's what we practice every day." So I'll probably take a lot of what we do in practice every day and just do it in the off season. I do it, every Sunday. I go out on the field, get a little workout in, just doing those same drills, footwork stuff. It's really basic, basic footwork stuff and discipline, eye discipline, all that kind of stuff. It's really just stuff we just do in practice. I'll carry that out throughout the whole year.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally get you on that one. David, I'm gonna slide towards you because as a kicker, you're either the hero or you're like, everyone hates you, right? So how do you handle that? So maybe I shouldn't say hate, but you have a lot of pressure on you, So how do you handle those type of situations when it comes down to the wire and you got to kick a 35-yard field goal for the win? Say, how do you handle that type of pressure?
Well, I think confidence is always key. So always just reminding myself before I'm kicking the ball. I always go in before I kick, just knowing that I'm gonna make it, and then no matter what the result is, just owning it, and then kind of not forgetting about it, but moving past it so that it doesn't affect you later in the game or in later games. So you think about those moments, but you don't let them control you.
Yeah, no, I
So
totally agree with you on that.
that's a great answer, Dave. I love that, man. Keep up the confidence. That's for sure. Now, no, guys, Coach Haas is looking to earn another point this week in the favorite coach standings. I'm sure if you guys have watched these, you guys knew this question was coming. Jake, I'll start with you. Who is your favorite coach at Carthage and why?
I mean, I can't go wrong here with Coach Haas, of course. I love him. Uh, Very first day I met him, I remember I wasn't even here to be recruited to play football. Like I was here on a track visit, and I came in. And I figured I might as well talk to the football coach if I want to play football here. Why not? And I remember he had another player in with him, and he's talking very highly of him. And you can tell he loved his players. Great guy, obviously. Can't go wrong with Coach Haas there.
That's what I've been
Coach
doing, Jake.
Haas.
I've been talking to Coach Haas to try to get that football spot. So that's what I've been doing. Him and I are making the connection. I'm gonna be there next year, so we'll see how that one goes.
Hey,
Jake,
by the way, speaking of that, didn't you guys run a 40 yesterday?
we did not, sadly.
I
No, I
thought that
pulled
was
my
on
hand.
the plan.
Well, it
No, I pulled my
was, but
hamstring.
me and Jake, were a little tired on Sunday, and we're doing the 40 another day, Coach Haas.
Nothing
We'll
but
make it happen.
excuses out of you guys.
Hey, I'm sorry, Coach.
Only
I'm
reasons
sorry.
here. Only reasons here.
We'll make it happen. But Dave, this ain't a trick question, so you can answer whoever you want. But who's your
It
favorite
is a
coach, there,
trick
buddy?
question, Dave.
Yeah,
It is.
I
Jake passed.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Jake on this one. My favorite's also Coach Hess. I think that we've just, with him being my position coach as well, we've just been able to get closer over the past couple of years, and we relate a lot, off the field as well. We get to talk about, golf and stuff like that. So I think we have a good relationship, and I think that's why he also got to be my favorite.
Dave, all I know is you ain't beat me in golf 1-on-1, buddy. Sorry about your luck.
Dunks,
But Coach,
that's like me betting Indiana versus Ohio State, man. That's
Dunkel,
a
you're
tough bet.
handicapped like
Got the golf
70.
hat on right now, Dunk.
bro, stop playing, Jake. You know I know how to golf, bro.
Dunk, you're
Chill.
handicapped at least 70, maybe 78. Stop. Why are you lying to the public? Coach Haas.
Jake,
Oh,
Jake,
boy.
you saw me drive that ball 275 yards. Stop playing. I sent you a video of that stuff, man. Don't
Whatever.
act like you didn't see that.
Whatever, cool beans. He's lying. Coach Haas, how do you handle recruitment? Because I'm really curious about that. It popped in my head, not as like a joke, because for me, but how do you handle recruitment? Is that you? Do you have scouts? What is it when you go to these high schools?
Yeah, it's our entire coaching staff. Coach Collins is our recruiting coordinator. He kind of handles a lot of the logistics, and we start recruiting guys typically in the summertime. Camps and stuff like that, and we're looking for good football players that are good students and good people. And if guys check all three of those boxes, we call them, we text them, we write them letters. We get them on campus to visit, and we sell all the positives of our school and our football program. And with Carthage being the way it is, it's usually not too difficult of a sell for us.
What are some of those positives that you sell, Coach Haas?
Well, I think, from a school standpoint, you've got a top quality education. I think we're in the top 5 in the Midwest, if not number 1 in the Midwest. Jake Mueller says number 1. We very might well be, which is great. Our location is phenomenal. You're right on the lake, but really, even better than that, you're right between 2 major metropolitan areas. So, one thing that's awesome about Carthage that's not really the norm right now in society is we graduate kids in 4 years, and usually they leave with at least 1, if not 2 internships, and are ready for a lot of career success. So the school side of it's not hard. Facilities wise, we have some awesome facilities at Carthage, and football program wise, we got a lot of great coaches, that care about our kids, not just as football players, but as people. And we're a program that's, trending in a positive direction, winning football games and doing things the way we're supposed to do them. And so it's an exciting thing to be a part of.
So what age is it? Like, is it sophomore year, junior? What age are you looking for when you're recruiting someone? Because like senior year, usually like I was already decided where I was going to go for my recruitment process. So is it like junior year? Is it the same for like basketball and all that?
Yeah, I mean, every recruiting calendar is a little bit different, but we go off of, typically the end of their junior year going into their senior year. That summer, really, if you don't have a Division I offer by that summer, you're not going to get one. And so that's kind of when guys start to realize, hey, I better start looking at some other levels.
Yeah, no, a great quote from one of my dad's friends who played at NIU, who's in the Basketball Hall of Fame there. He says, if you're good enough, they'll find you. So it doesn't matter where you are, but they'll find you anywhere. So that's pretty cool. Shout out to you, Dave. I'm coming right towards you with another question because I'm interested in kickers. How did you ever become a kicker? Because like usually there's like a story, like most kids, they want to be like a QB, running back, whatever, like a flashy. But a kicker, how did you ever want to be a kicker? Like, did you have a soccer background or what was it?
Yeah, so I originally grew up playing soccer. I played soccer all the way up to 6th grade. And then my academy team formed with another soccer program, and I kind of just wanted to part ways with soccer. I played basketball, and a lot of my teammates were on the football team, and I always had a really good leg in soccer. And then when I transitioned to football, I played wide receiver and cornerback actually, and then not till our kicker on our team got hurt did I actually even try kicking, and then I found out that it translated pretty well. So I just kind of had it as a third position until high school, and then made it my primary after my sophomore year.
A sophomore year in high school, right? Is that what you said?
Sophomore year in high school.
Okay. Because I was about to say, how did that ever translate from college? Okay, so sophomore year, that's when you got that. That's pretty cool. All right. I was writing some of these down. So earlier, before this all started, I commented and said that you had a 68-yard punt. You're also the punter. People don't know you're also the punter. I said you had a 68-yard punt. And to me, that's outrageously long, whatever. Is that the longest punt that you've ever had in your life? If so, do you know what the longest one you've ever had is? Because I'm curious. That's pretty cool.
I think in games, I'm not really sure what my longest in game is. In practice, it's a lot different. In games, I tend to not hit the ball as well as how I'm in practice. You can do everything to your best ability, and you can bomb balls. But in the games, sometimes it's different. Like, yeah, I will have that 68-yard punt, but then I also will have 38 or 45-yard punts too. So
I got you. Yeah, because we could hear. I'm telling you, I could hear that ball. We were at the concessions, and I was hearing you bomb that ball. If it felt like it was a gunshot, that's nuts. But Dunk, do you have something to say?
I got something to say, Jake. I always got something to say. But Tom, Zach, so you obviously mentioned Coach Sinclair. What has it been like working with him this year? And just kind of dive deep into what it's meant to have him on the staff and coaching UDBs up.
Yeah, I love it. We're really lucky to have him. We're really blessed to have him here. And I feel like myself, I've personally grown so much as a player and an individual. On the field, I kind of feel that I have a different mentality going into the game. I've kind of played a different way than I've played really my whole other life. And I love the mental strategic he brings to the game as well. and everything he says to us in meetings. It's larger than just football and larger than just stuff that's on the field. When you look at the game itself, it's a lot of preparation off the field, mentally in your head, and a lot of just philosophical ideals on how to go into a game, how to prepare, and all this. And he's a great guy to get experience from and listen to. I take every word he says, very heavily. He has a lot of great stories. Obviously, he played in the league, so he's got stories with Ray Lewis. For example, he says how, or even Ray Lewis would be taking notes every single year, and you see rookies in the back thinking they're too good, not taking notes or anything. But I took that to heart, so I'm taking notes on everything, even if I know it, I'm writing it down again. So little things like that. He has a lot to bring to the table, a lot to bring to this team. I love having him, and I love learning under him. I feel myself growing a lot as a player and a person as well.
Jake, go ahead.
Dunkel, can you please explain can you explain this coach? Can you explain it to me? He's played with Ray Lewis, Ed Reed. Can you explain this to me, please? I didn't know this.
I played in the NFL with those guys on the Ravens.
Yeah. Okay,
and
so why did we say that to me? Why did we say this?
He also played on Washington as well, too, right, Coach Haas?
Yeah. Played in NFL Europe for a while. Played on a couple NFL teams. I think he was in the league for 6 years.
Well, back in the 2000s, early 2000s?
Yeah. He played a playoff game at Seattle.
Mid-2000s.
He played a playoff game at Seattle in 2007. He told us a story about a kickoff. We'll have to have him on the podcast to share that story.
What's his name?
Matt Sinclair. You know what? What is funny, Dunks? Last year, Thanksgiving or Christmas time, we were back at my parents' house, and my son Caleb, Jake might know who that is, fired up my old PlayStation 2. All right, Dunks. I don't know if you were alive yet when the PlayStation 2 was hot in the streets, but he fired it up and he was playing Madden 2008, I believe. And
I've smoked
playing
it,
with
man.
the Washington football club there, and sure enough, as he was cycling through the defense, I think it was number 98 or something like that was Sinclair.
That's awesome. That is so cool. That is so cool.
That's really. I'm gonna have to look more into this. I did not know that. I'm gonna look into that. That's actually really cool. I wrote his name down. Holy cow.
Jay, we'll be sure to try and get Coach Sinclair on the podcast and tell us some fun stories and stuff like that.
He has to have some cool stories, especially with one of the greatest linebackers and then one of the greatest defensive backs. That's crazy. Jake, you probably love that then. If you're into Ed Reed, you got to be into that. I considered him the best defensive back of all time.
His son is named after Sean Taylor. He played with Sean Taylor too.
That's what I was going to say, but I didn't want to say it. Okay, that's why I was trying to say it.
Rest in peace to Sean too.
That's so cool. Oh my god. So he's played with some legends. Oh my god. I didn't know that about Carthage football. Look at that. The more you know. The more you know.
Big things going on.
Guess I wouldn't know because I haven't tried out yet, but that's soon to come. Jake, David, you guys seem like some pretty smart guys, obviously CFA, and I'm hearing a lot from Jake with management and master's program. That's a lot of stress. Football's a lot of stress too. What do you guys do outside of football to compress down? What are you guys doing outside of football? David, what are you doing? What are some of your hobbies?
Well, like I said earlier, I like to golf. When the weather's nice, I like to go boating. I think I have a good friend circle, so we get to hang out with each other. And when we don't all have sports or classes going on, so that also is a good way to relieve some stress.
What are you doing out on the water? I myself own a boat. What are you doing out on the water?
I am not that athletic on water, believe it or not. I mostly will do. I'm really good at tubing. That's about it. I can't. I have a ski boat, but my friends have some of the wake surfing boats, but they don't have enough patience for me. They don't like blowing through their gas. So
I got you. Dunkel's seen the SSB. He's seen it. Jake, what are you doing? What are you doing out on your own free time? What's something that you do? What's something you're passionate about?
Yeah, really. I mean, I don't do a whole lot. I mean, I'll hang out with friends when I can, but my family owns a gym, so I'm there a lot. If I'm not, in school or football or anything or training, I'm there working, just hanging out, So I'm around that type of environment a lot. So I'm usually working, keep myself busy.
Jake's a big dinosaur guy.
Yeah, that I am. Yeah, that is true.
That's
Are you
what he
into
knows a lot of dinosaur facts.
So you're into paleontology,
Yeah.
right? I used that correctly. I'm pretty sure. There you
Yeah.
go.
That is
Amateur
correct. Yeah.
paleontologist.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, I know
that's
they got
something to
a
talk.
good program.
What about it? What about dinosaurs? Is it? Do they exist even? Did
I
they
don't
even
know.
exist?
Well, I
Are you
mean,
questioning if
like the
dinosaurs
fossils and
existed?
stuff hanging around.
It's a true. Hey, that's a true thing. Even ask Jake. That's a true thing. Some people don't think dinosaurs existed.
I've met some people who think dinosaurs don't exist. I don't know how, but they got it in the head that they don't exist. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know what my fascination is with it. I feel like as a kid, a lot of kids like dinosaurs, but for me, it just stuck. I watched Jurassic Park a whole lot. It's my favorite movie.
Land Before Time was my stuff, so I'm right on board with
Yeah, it
you,
was
my
good.
man. I
Yeah,
get you.
yeah.
So
We
what?
got a lot of guys on our team that don't think birds are real. Do you
Really?
Oh,
think
don't tell me you think they're spies.
drones? Yeah, government drones.
Oh my God! Never mind. I don't want to play there anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. That's bad. Jake, where you guys from? Where are you from?
I'm from Mokina, Illinois, like southwest suburbs of Chicago. So about an
Is that
hour
where
and a half away, not too far.
Is that where you guys have your gym at too? Right there.
Yeah.
That's-
We got two. It's the one there and one about 30 minutes west in Joliet, Illinois. Yep.
I got family who lives out there, Jake.
Nice. Yeah.
What's the gym called?
Good area. Body Tech Total Fitness. If you're down there, check
And
it
then you
out
got
sometime.
Body Tech 2.
It's a good place.
Then you got Body Tech 2, right?
They got Body Tech partial fitness too
Body
for the
Tech.
slackers.
Yeah,
They got total
that's right.
fitness and partial fitness.
Oh, yeah, I go to Planet Fitness,
Yeah.
so you can see how that goes. David, where are you from?
I'm from Pewaukee, Wisconsin, so just like 20 minutes out from Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Where'd you
aware
go to
of
high
Dave.
school, Dave?
I went to Pewaukee
Okay.
High School. Yeah.
You know, he played with J.J. Watt.
No.
Didn't play
That's a
with him,
good
but
one.
yeah.
Almost got me.
Dude, literally, he got me. I was like, what?
He's from that school, but I was like, maybe the younger brother. Then I'm doing the
Yeah.
math, and I'm like, I don't know. Have you ever met JJ Watt?
Yeah,
Or
he
TJ
ran a
or
lot
Derek.
of different camps, and the Watt family had a pretty big influence in Pewaukee. So
Yeah, because I
They're
used to play
really
basketball there. Yeah, I used to play basketball there, and they had this like big shrine of him and stuff. And I guess he's pretty good or whatever. I don't know. That's pretty cool. So you said
Jake,
what?
Jake, TJ Watt and JJ Watt are two of the greatest, best pass rushers in the league. I mean, pretty good. It's kind of an understatement there, buddy.
Yeah, that's cool. So David, I know you played basketball in high school. You said basketball, and you said football. What others did you play? Any other sports? Maybe golf? Did you play some golf?
yeah, I actually played baseball my freshman and sophomore year, and I played golf throughout high school. I quit basketball around the same time I quit soccer because I was short, and then I grew. So
Yeah, you're like
Listen,
6'12",
listen.
dude. You're huge.
yeah, I still play for fun, but I stopped that competitively.
Yeah, I'll catch you in the Tark one of these times. I'll have to show you the jump shot. No, I'm just kidding. Jake, how about you? Did you play any other sports in high school besides football?
Yeah, I did track. Track was a big thing I did. Like I mentioned before, it's actually the first time I visited here. I was looking to do track here. So that was a big one for me. But just football and track, yeah.
Have you been playing your whole life for football? Have you been playing since like Pee Wee?
Yeah. My family's a big football family. My uncle played in the NFL as well, and his brothers, my dad, and everyone played football as well. So yeah.
We are blowing Mueller's mind tonight.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something cool about my family, but no one ever believes me that I'm third cousins with Justin Bieber. So no one believes me when I drop that. So
Oh, here we go.
What about Mueller athletic braces? Did you guys do that? Mueller athletic tape?
not a lot of. I can't disclose that information, but maybe.
Maybe you can't disclose. Jake? What you talking about right now, man? I don't know. Third cousins of Justin Bieber. Is that why you like him so much, dude? Lord have mercy.
Oh,
Hey,
whatever,
Coach
whatever.
Haas, Coach Haas, I gotta ask you this. So, what is your favorite kind of music? Because I know Coach Dibble has been telling me that you've been cooking up the playlist lately, and there's been a lot of hip hop and rap in there, which is my jam. But what's your kind of go to? Are you starting to get on that hip hop rap train, or you
No,
still on?
I
Oh,
love country music, Dunkel,
all right, all
and
right.
then if it's not country, a little bit of kind of like the classics. I'm a huge Bob Seger guy, big Rolling Stones guy, the Beatles, stuff like that. I could not name 10 rap songs.
Okay.
I just know how to
You
put together fire playlists.
you a fan of the Biebs?
I love the Beebs.
All
You got to
right.
respect the music of the Beebs.
Good answer because Jake, anyone who doesn't like the Biebs, Jake will lose his mind. So,
You, you
uh,
got you got to love the Beebs. He puts out some good music.
Jake, what's your favorite kind of music, and do you like the Biebs?
I can't say. I think I'll just keep my mouth shut about the whole Beeps thing. But I agree with Coach Haas. I like some country music. Really anything. Big '80s guy, '80s rock as well.
Jake, you're
Who's
an
your
old soul,
favorite, Jake?
man. You're an old soul. I like
When
it.
music was music, man.
Who's your
Yeah,
favorite,
that's
Jake?
right. I don't know. That's a good question. I like Eagles. Eagles is good. I probably got the most of that on my phone.
Dave, what about you, man? And do you like the Biebs, Dave?
Yeah, he's fine. I don't mind his music. It's not my favorite, but I like pretty much all types of music. My parents are more country based, so I listen to that a good amount when I'm back home, and I kind of like the hip hop as well, but I don't really have, I guess, a favorite genre.
So
Jake, I know you love the Biebs, but what's your go-to, man? What's the
man,
go-to?
I'll be honest with you. I can listen to anything and everything, and I'll get going to it. So I respect the Who. Obviously, I'll go more in touch with Coach Haas's generation. There, I'm going to show him some age. So obviously, the Who, the Rolling Stones, Jimi Hendrix, all that good stuff. And then I do like the country music. Jason Aldean, Morgan Wallen, who I will be seeing at Country Thunder in June for sure. I'll be seeing them. And then obviously Bieber. That's always a good one. I got Bieber fever, obviously, and. Yeah, it's a go-to. But Coach Haas I always ask the players if they have like something they do before games. Do you do something before games? Do you listen to music? Or are you looking over the game plans? Or I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything else. Is there like little things you do before the game?
No real traditions. Kind of get done whatever needs to get done. For home games, we have recruiting. So I'm typically doing that kind of stuff. Meet with the officials pregame.
We just talk about.
Just life, love, the pursuit of happiness,
All right, Thomas Jefferson, chill. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
They just want to make sure everybody's equipped the right way. If there's anything we do specifically that they need to watch out for, anything that I want them to watch out for on the other team, stuff like that.
And Dunk's got to make sure they check the game balls.
Dunks is in charge of the game balls. He lost them on Saturday, but luckily we recovered them.
Oh my gosh!
I didn't lose them.
Why
I
would you
didn't
trust
lose them.
Dunks, when I asked you, did you know where they were at?
No, but then I
So
found
then
them.
they're lost.
But then I found them. They were with Coach P. The centers were doing the snapping to the quarterbacks. I got the game balls. I brought them over to the officials. I got it done. That's how we go. If something's out of place, I'm always gonna put it back in there. Shout out Coach Dibble. He does a great job helping me out with that. Nick Neary as well. Sure hope Nick is all right after that Bears game yesterday. It's really good seeing Jake on here, making sure he's all right. Even though Jake is a Tom Brady Buccaneers fan, was rooting for the Bucs. But Jake, I do love the Biebs as well. Can't go wrong with the Biebs.
Two questions, Dunkel. You get one more question. I get one more question, and then they're out of here because they got lives to do. All right.
All right, and predictions, Jake. And
On it.
predictions. You go first with your last question there, buddy.
Mine's gonna go to Jake. All right, and then David, if you want to answer too. But I'm specifically looking at Jake because he owns like gyms and he seems like a hardcore guy.
Hi,
Jake,
Caleb.
do you always eat healthy food? Is that just it? Is there no candy, no soda, no nothing? What's up, Caleb?
Hi.
How you doing?
Um, yeah, no, I
Shy.
try to eat healthy, obviously. In my house, it's kind of all there is. No real candy or junk food, any of that stuff. So I try to eat healthy best I can. But when you're trying to gain weight, kind of got to break those rules a little bit. Just kind of eat whatever you can. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
What is your favorite candy, though?
Chocolate. I mean, I love anything chocolate, really. Yeah.
I got you.
That's why they
Jake, or-
started Body Tech Partial Fitness for those candy lovers.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a real thing. Oh, I thought he was kidding. Oh my
I
god.
am.
Okay, I thought that was serious. I was about to say, wow, look at that, Coach Haas. You know your stuff. David, how about you? I know you're a senior now, and you know everything. You're gonna get your CFA. What's your favorite food? Here, I'll go for you. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I like. I really like kettle corn. I know how to make really good kettle corn, so I don't know. I always really liked popcorn growing up.
You got to have like a special machine to make kettle corn?
No, you can use a pot that you don't really care about, but that's about it. You can just use a regular Dutch pot.
Does it like burn it or something?
No, but it can scratch the bottom because you have to shake it and stuff. So
That's a cool flex. You should. That's how you. I'm not gonna say it, but I think women would love that. Not gonna lie, kettle corn. I think I like that. All right, Dunk. How about you? Your final question.
All right. Dave, I'll start with you. Coach Haas, Jake, this question is also for you guys. What is your favorite quote? Jake, this question is also for you, Mueller. What's your favorite quote? Dave, start with you.
Whoa. Go one guy.
might have to get back to me on that one. I just wrote one down the other day, but might have to go to the other guys first for that one.
All right, Mueller, go ahead.
I have two. My first one is if you ain't first, you're last, and then the second one is I'm not gonna say the whole thing. It's from Rocky, like 6 or whatever. You know, when life going about life and all that. That's the hardcore one that gets me through the day sometimes. So if you ain't first, you're last in the Rocky one.
Coach Haas, what about you?
I got a lot of them that I like, but one of my favorites is you can tell the measure of a man by how he treats someone that can do nothing for him.
That's
like
a really
that.
good quote.
That's
I
a
like
good
that.
one.
I like that, Coach Haas.
Clip
Jake, Tom, Zach, what about you?
There's a long poem about work that my grandfather really lived by. It starts off by saying, you know, if you are rich, work; if you are poor, work, and it gives all these different circumstances. Basically, no matter what you face in life, no matter what you are, where you are, work. So that's kind of just the basics of that quote. It's a long poem. Can't remember all of it, but just work is the main quote there.
Love that, Jake. Dave, you find your quote yet, man?
Yeah, I kind of just remembered it. It was like it's basically good workers deserve fair severance. So I learned this in our business class last week, and it's kind of just good workers deserve like they deserve what they get back, but only the people that really are elite and work really hard will like keep their positions almost.
I love that, Dave. My favorite quote is from, not really surprising to anybody that watches this podcast on a regular basis, LeBron James. You can't be afraid to fail. It's the only way you succeed. You're not going to succeed all the time. I always like that one because,
Jordan's better.
Okay.
Jordan's has that good one about I've missed 9,000 shots in my career, 300 times or whatever. I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and miss. That's a good one. I'm with you, Jake. I love the Jordan one.
Jake, don't even get me started about you and your Jordan at the end of every stinking show. But, Jake, what is your prediction for this week's Carthage Firebird football game? It is at home this week versus Augustana College, 1 p.m. at good old Art Keller Field. Jake, what's your score?
I hate Augustana. I absolutely hate them. I hope you guys blow the brakes out of them. Coach Haas, lay it down, okay? Kill these people by 70, please. Firebirds victory 24-13 against Augustana. God almighty.
Coach Josh, Jake wants us to win by 70. Jake, you coming to the game this week then?
No, I can't. I'll be honest. No, I cannot make it to the game. Wait, what time is it?
1 p.m.
Okay, then. Yeah, I can make it to the game. I'll make it to the game for this one. Yeah, I'll make it to the game. If it was later, I couldn't. If it was later, I couldn't. But I'll be honest, I'll make it.
I'll
bring friends. I'll bring my friends too.
Coach Haas, I love that commitment to excellence out of Jake Muir there. My score prediction is Carthage Firebirds 37, Augustana 13. I'm going blowout. I think this is a game that we're going to bounce back. We're going to put it all together. We're going to have a great week of practice that starts tomorrow. Kind of weird that we haven't had school today. Feels like the week hasn't really started yet, but I'm getting jump started. I'm getting fired up. And David Collins is going to be booting extra points through the uprights all day. And Jake Tomczak may or may not have 2 interceptions this week. That's my bold prediction of the week. And Coach Haas and I are going to do a shoulder bump after the game in victorious fashion. Y'all have – hey, I can do a shoulder bump with the best of them, all right, Jake? I may fall down. I may hurt something, but I'm going to get right back up and keep on going. Thank you all for tuning in. David, Jake, Tom, Zach, Mueller, Coach Haas, thank you all for joining us on this fine Monday evening. Stay warm out there, boys, and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell. All the above. Jake, you got anything else you'd like to add before we end this broadcast?
Jordan and Tom are the GOATs.
See you, Don.